story of Ayan Noah Barosa's birth. Friday morning, August 16th, I woke up and it felt like I had peed myself. So I got up and I went to the restroom and I peed again there because these couple of months I have been busy with a physical therapist to prepare for a natural birth. This physical therapist was telling me the difference between your water breaking or being yourself is gonna be you can basically stop peeing, and then if your water is breaking you cannot stop it. But at this point, when I was peeing, I could still stop my pee. So I didn't know for sure that my water was breaking, so I came back from the restroom, walked back to the bed, and on the way I peed myself again. And at that point I was like, okay, I think this is my water breaking. I don't think I'm peeing myself this much. Jay was awake. It was 5, 6, something like that, and he was awake, but I didn't want to freak him out, so I didn't say anything yet. I started to Google a lot of things, like how do you know your water is breaking. So when I knew for sure, like 90% that my water was breaking, I told him, I said, I think my water is breaking. And he's like, are you sure? Okay, what do you want to do? And I was like, okay, nothing, because the physical therapist that came home, she was telling us if your water is breaking, you still have a little bit time to arrive at the hospital and this and that. So I wasn't worried. We went downstairs and I wanted to eat breakfast or drink something, but then I thought, you know what, if I'm going in labor, I don't know if I should be on an empty stomach or what. I just didn't eat or drink. I walked Fluffy, I gave him food, we were chilling downstairs, and I waited until 9 because then we were gonna go to my OB-GYN, which is in the same hospital where I was gonna give birth, and I was gonna ask him, what do I do? So we waited until 9 and then we left the house. We arrived at the OB-GYN office. On the way there, I saw his partner in the elevator, and I was talking to him. I said, oh hey doctor, I think my water broke. I want to talk to my OB-GYN, so I'm headed up now and this and that. And he said, what are you doing here? Go to the emergency and go check it out. Don't drink anything, don't eat anything. A week before all this, I met somebody and he was telling me his wife gave birth naturally, and he was telling me they had to take his son out and they kind of dislocated his shoulder trying to pull him out. I had no birth plan set, and so the week before when I went to the OB-GYN, I talked to the OB-GYN and I said, hey listen, somebody told me about this and that, and he said, you know, that's why we always advise people at a certain weight of the baby that they should go for a C-section. Problems might occur when the baby is already like halfway out, and then there's no going back. You cannot push the baby back and say, okay, cancel this and let's do a C-section right now. No, they have to get the baby out anyway and anyhow, without bringing the mom or the baby in any life-threatening situations. So I was talking to Jay and I said, I think I want to go for a C-section. This was a week before I went into labor. The day of the labor, we arrived at the hospital. I go to the emergency room. They immediately do all these tests and they check if my water broke. They order an ultrasound for me and they check if everything is still good with the baby. My water did break. They put us in a room. So in that room, I was gonna be giving birth. Then my OB-GYN came into the room and he said, hey, so we're ready to go. Tell me, what do you want? What are you thinking? This and that. And Jay and me were looking at each other and we said, we're going for a C-section. He said, okay, did you eat anything? Did you drink anything? I said, no, not since the morning. At that point, it was already like 2 p.m. or something. And he said, okay, perfect, let's do it, let's go for it, this and that. We're waiting for the operation room to be ready, we'll get you in, we'll get this baby out. Every time they tried to get me ready for the operation room, there was some other emergency, and you know, they had to let them go before me. So I waited until 6 p.m. Came to get me in the room. They gave me some kind of drink to not make me dizzy or anything during anesthesia. They brought me to the operation room, and I remember it was freezing cold in that operation room. And on the left there was another operation room, and we had to go on the right now. And then I'm looking in the left side and I'm seeing lots of blood, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm like panicking at this point. And then they bring me into the operation room. My OB-GYN is there, a lot of doctors, nurses, anesthesia people, I don't know, there's like 8 people in the room at that point or something. So they put me on the bed, and then they were gonna give me the epidural in my back. It wasn't painful, it didn't burn either, it was just kind of uncomfortable, and I just felt like pressure in my spine. Yeah, it wasn't painful. So after they did that, Jay is not with me at that point. They're preparing him to come into the operation room. They're like making him wear this suit and some kind of cap for his hair to cover it up. After they give me the epidural, lay me on the bed, and the nurses kept asking me if I'm okay, do I feel anything, what do I feel? At that point I was feeling very numb and sleepy. I wanted to sleep, but I was trying to not fall asleep because I thought in my head, oh my god, what if I die right here? What if I'm going to sleep and I'm going into a sleep forever? So I'm trying to stay awake at that point. You're just panicking, and so many stupid things are just coming in your head at that point. So I'm laying on the table, and everybody, there's like a curtain situation in front of me. I cannot see anything. My arms are like this, not strapped or anything, they're just like this. They were all busy on the other side. At some point Jay walks in. He has to walk past this whole situation in front of me, seeing all the blood, and he was just not trying to look, and like walking into the room. He came next to me, held my hand, and he said, are you okay? I'm like, yes, I'm good. My sister-in-law is at the house, busy grabbing stuff, getting stuff ready, I don't know, organizing things, get the house ready, get the nursery ready, because we were not prepared. We thought we had time because I had to go into labor September 1st. That was gonna be my due date, according to my OB-GYN. Okay, anyway, I'm in the operation room. Jay is holding my hand. He's asking me, are you okay? 5 minutes later, I hear Ayan crying, and they're telling Jay, get up dad, take the pictures. And Jay's like starting to take pictures, and at one point they drop the curtain, and they take my hand and they put it on Ayan, and I'm so numb and sleepy and I cannot see anything. I see so blurry. So they put my hand on him, and then they put it back, and they take him, and Jay goes with them in the back of me, and they're like checking him out, cleaning him up, I don't know, making sure he's good. So after they're done with that, they come back to me and they put him here to my face, and I feel his tiny warm body on my face. And the moment he comes to my face, he goes like this. I don't know if he was hungry immediately or what, I don't know. I remember him doing that also in the ultrasounds. When we were doing the ultrasounds, they saw him doing that, and they said he was drinking at that point. I don't know why he was doing it when he was like on my face, but it was so cute, and I immediately loved him. I fell in love with him on the spot right there. And and then they took him and Jay to some other rooms to go get vaccinations, and I don't know further. They taught Jay how to do the diaper change, how to swaddle him. Meanwhile, I was still being cleaned up and stuff after operation. So after this, after they cleaned me up and everything, they brought me back to some kind of hall, and there's like hospital beds and there's like curtains in the middle, and it's like a recovery hall, so you have to be there after your C-section, and they're monitoring you there and making sure everything is good, you're good, not losing too much blood and this and that. So nurses come and go, check your blood pressure, check your temperature, check your the bleeding, because at that point a lot of blood is still coming out, and they're like pushing your belly, and then the blood is just flowing out. At that point I'm still not feeling any pain. Then after 2 hours of observation and stuff, they bring me and Jay back and the baby back to our hospital room where we're gonna stay now for 3 days. So there we are in our hospital rooms, and we're there, us three, and the door closes, and I look at Jay and we can't believe it that we have a son. And he looks so cute. He is so tiny in his little bed there, and we just keep looking at him. I hold him and Jay is standing next to me, and we're looking at him, and at that point it's already like 10 p.m. or something. My mother-in-law is like halfway on her way to Miami. She's somewhere in Panama. So what's nice is that any moment that you give birth, you can have visitors, and if it was up to 4 visitors. So my sister-in-law, immediately when we're in the room, she can come up and come see the baby. She comes in and she sees him. Then at one point she leaves and she goes home. I give her the blankie in which we wrapped Ayan, so she can come home and give it to Fluffy so he can smell it. And she had to go to the airport to pick up my mother-in-law. So she went to the airport, picked up my mother-in-law, came home to my house. My mother-in-law went to the shower and get ready to come to see me at the hospital. Meanwhile, she's giving Fluffy this blanket and Fluffy is sniffing it, and he's trying to take the blanket and put it on his bed. Then the next day, my mom arrives at 4 p.m. Meanwhile, the whole day we've been in the hospital, Jay and me. They come, they give me food. The hospital food is not so good, guys. And I thought I would be craving something, or order like sushi or whatever, because I had in my head, if I'm gonna give birth, I want to have a whole sashimi boat ready for me and I'll eat it all. But I didn't have an appetite really. I just ate because I had to. I just ate because I had to feed Ayan, because I was breastfeeding. Jay was with me in the hospital. He ordered food and he got his food. He ordered it in. There was also options for him to get something in the cafeteria. The first couple of hours I couldn't get out of bed, and Jay really helped me. He did the diaper changes and he did swaddling, because it was really hard for me to get up, because after a while the pain of the C-section starts to kick in. The nurses do come in and give you every 6 hours your pain medicine. Sunday they discharged me from the hospital. My OBGYN had prescribed some pain medicine, but of course it was Sunday, so the pharmacy was closed. It was already like 6 p.m. or something by the time we were discharged. So we came home, and that night I did it without any pain medicine. It was painful, but nothing to the point that I say I couldn't handle it or whatever. This whole experience, it's a lot. It's very it's a difficult thing to do on your own. I don't know how people do it on their own. I'm super blessed that I have Jay, that he was helping so much, and the moms, both of the moms have been helping, and then I could recover, you know. I could get some rest as well. My mother-in-law is making lots of food, healthy food, vegetables every day, and then my mom is taking care of Ayan at the times that I cannot get up. So yeah, I have to say I'm super happy, and I wouldn't do it any other way. I'm still happy that I did the C-section. This was a very, very one of a kind experience, and it's wow. Now, now I understand what it is to be a mom. Until you're a mom, you're not gonna understand that. So I think about Ayan every second. I'm like, what is he doing? Is he okay? Does he have milk? I am breastfeeding, but I'm pumping, so all the grandmas and Jay can help out and give him food, because the first couple of days was only me giving him breast, and that's very difficult because I have to get up. I'm already in pain. I'm the only one that can do this for him. So yeah. And then the next day when we were home, you have to get to a pediatrician immediately. So we have one right here, 10 minutes from our house. So we went to the pediatrician immediately, and they looked at his weight. Everything looked good, because they said the first 24 hours the baby lose their 8% of their weight. So his weight was good, everything was good. So we are so blessed. I'm so happy that everything went well, and I can't believe I'm a mom now. And I love him so much. I keep thinking about him, and yeah, I'm super excited for this journey, and so much more to come. So this was the birth story of Ayan Noah Borosa, my son, and thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.